We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin.
And today, faithful acolytes, we take a look at this. And what we have here is Carolina Reaper cheese balls, 2.2 million SHU. Warning, extremely hot. So if this is an accurate Scoville rating, this will be not only one of the hottest things that I've had on this channel, but probably one of the hotter things I've ever had. I don't chase millions and millions of Scoville heat. I don't like extracts because of the taste issue. And so I don't know. A lot of people have asked me over time, what is the hottest thing you've ever had? And it's hard for me to quantify that because I don't have, a spectroscope to actually analyze stuff. I can tell them, the relative rating from a Guinness perspective maybe or something like that of the peppers used in the things I've had. The Rapture from Torchbearer comes to mind. That was over 1 million. And there have been other things over time. I don't know where Inferno puts their stuff. They have a triumvirate of Scorpions, Ghosts, and of course Reapers, powders for a lot of their things. And some of those get to be really, really hot also. I don't know. I don't know where stuff falls exactly. And I'm not sure the veracity of this rating either. So the Guinness Book of World Record, hottest pepper in the world. So this one wants you to use gloves while handling. I'm not doing that. Instead, we will be eating these with chopsticks. I am not going to, however, touch these. I'm not doing that. No touchy. No thank you. The hottest balls you will ever put in your mouth, and that is making a judgment. I just don't know. They've been... Anyway, so this, again, it's kind of a fun slogan, I guess. Why not? Whatever. This is from Anthony Spices of Chandler, Arizona. And so let's take a look here. The whole package, 140 calories, nobody cares. Alright, so we are looking here at the ingredients, and Carolina Reaper powder is 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth ingredient here, and there's a bunch of other stuff. So these were best by November of last year. I don't know if they were actually expired when I bought them. I don't now recall, but they definitely are now as I record this. It is probably 8 or 9 months, but I mean it's sealed really well, so I'm not too concerned with that. I don't mind stale puffs. I don't. Okay, and we have this really interesting warning, so let's take a look at this. These guys are stopping just short of making you sign a liability waiver. So use caution. Not responsible, yeah. So keep away from, and it may burn or irritate your tongue, fingers, eyes, skin, orifices. I don't know what anyone might be planning on doing with these, but don't put them in your orifices or anything else this item may touch. I hope my plate will be safe. Keep away from children, yes. The balls do not mix with alcohol. May have adverse effects on those with pre-existing heart and or ulcer conditions. Check with doctor before consuming. So they're throwing this out there that you're not toying with playthings here. So and they're going to be really dusty, so I'm a little a touch on a tad on the nervous side here about breathing any of this in. And I have done that on some of the other products I've had here before, and breathing in pepper vapor or pepper dust is highly unpleasant. I do not recommend. But let's bust this open. Alright, get rid of this. Okay, now the moment of truth. So I'm going to try to figure out how to smell these delicately without getting any of the dust. It should be very settled by now though. Look at these things. These are just evil looking. Look at that. They smell, they don't really smell like cheese balls. They smell more like peppers. Alright, so there are supposedly 48 of these balls in here. I'm not going to attempt to count these actual things. We'll just take their word for it. And let's just grab one here so you can see it. Let's put some... Yeah, I mean, these are looking pretty gnarly. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna grab one here. This one looks like it has less flavoring, and I don't know. I don't know if there's a challenge associated with this. What I'm really gonna do is I'm just going to try to see how many of these I can actually get through. I'm not trying to do the whole thing. I mean, if I do, great, but that's not the goal here. The goal here is to try to do what we always do, right? Flavor and heat, and I imagine heat's going to be pretty intense, so I guess there's nothing for it, might as well just get to it. Very dusty, and there's no real cheese flavor here at all. So dusty. The flavor is intensely bitter. Not good. They're predictably really stale also. So I didn't... so dusty. I didn't mention it before, but my tolerance is kind of low at this point. So... man. I'm just dusty. Flavor-wise, they're no good either. So these defy eating them with any speed. There. So if you're not careful, you breathe in this dust, which is very unpleasant. I'm getting a solid burn going though, I'll tell you that. I don't know if it's 2.2 million, but definitely it's all back here though. Like my mouth itself is fine. It's all back here in the receptors, which is interesting and kind of unpleasant. Ah, man. So dusty, and I can't breathe well through my nose right now, so I have to try to breathe through my mouth. It's just pulling all that dust in. Most unpleasant. The trick is to breathe after you swallowed it. Part of that sounds. These are not good. I don't want any more of these. So, flavor-wise, they're not good. They're just very bitter, which is what you'd expect from a Reaper powder. They're definitely hot. I put these right around those Reaper Wild peanuts, the red ones. Except for this one just keeps going to the back of my throat, and it's really... I don't like that. Heat-wise, though, they're a good 4. Maybe a 5, even. Definitely the hottest balls I put in my mouth, I'll give them that. But not enjoyable from a flavor perspective. Definitely not. So... and they're stale and they're dusty, and it's really challenging to eat these, especially quickly. Definitely get these, though. Chopsticks are lifesavers, man. So anyway, there is the Anthony Spice Carolina Reaper cheese balls, which flavor-wise are not good. Heat-wise, definitely these are a pretty solid challenge item, I would say. They definitely have a punch, no question about that. So just sometimes you'll get that even from jalapenos in a restaurant. You get a seed or something that'll just go right back here and just light up the pain receptors back there, which is really, really unpleasant. And that's the majority of what these did. My mouth feels not super hot. It's just back here. That's just like getting stabbed. So, but again, flavor-wise, these are, I don't care if they're stale, but the dusty part is just, it's interesting how difficult these are to eat with any speed at all. One of the things about Reapers is I'm doing okay now, even with my tolerance low, but sometimes if you don't watch it with these things, like if your tolerance isn't built up with some of the Reaper products, you will be paying with cap cramps pretty readily after eating it. So I'm okay right now, but as far as a Reaper product, the heat is definitely there flavor-wise, and I don't know how you would ever speed eat these. Like, I really... That I think, I just don't think you could. You would breathe in that dust. And getting that pepper dust into your lungs, just, there's not much you can do with that except for try to eject it. So, anyway, there it is. The Anthony Spices Carolina Reaper Cheese Balls.
Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.